And right behind me, there's a Tomcat coming in hot and fast. Phoenix out on me. There is no way I'm escaping from this. Boom, I am out of there. Hey everybody, Plasma 1945 with you, and I hopped into an F-15C Eagle because on Growling Sidewinder today it was an onslaught of the red team. There was just nobody on blue, so of course I jumped over to the other side, grabbed myself an F-15C Eagle, grabbed an extra fuel tank, and 4 AIM-120s, 4 AIM-9s, and I'm off to hunt some hostiles. And while I take off, make sure you hit the subscribe and the like on this video and drop a comment if you like it too. Now, the F-15C is part of the FC3 package. You can usually buy it for $15 as a standalone plane. Not a full clickable cockpit, full fidelity airplane, but it is, I would call it a fully fledged airplane that you can actually have a lot of fun with. The closest rival to it would be the Su-27, but they are both very different planes. The F-15C lacks data link, which means that unless you're using BRA calls from your AWACS, you won't really know where the hostiles are in an active state unless they show up on your RWR. And if they're showing up on your RWR, that means they're probably targeting you already, so you don't really have that sneak capability. Now, the F-15 does have very good Fox 3 missiles. These are the AIM-120s. Now, if you hate the AIM-120s, let me know below, but I find them to be fairly decent missiles. You just need to know how to use them correctly. By design, the F-15 is designed to go fast, high, target airplanes of the opposite side with track while scan and launch on them. The AIM-120 C5s can fly a heck of a distance with quite a bit of speed if you're launching them about 30,000 or 40,000 feet up in the air. If you're launching them on the deck, their range is down to only about 10 miles. They lose speed very rapidly, and you do need a radar acquisition to launch them. You can do that in vertical scan or by using a radar. But despite the radar being pretty awesome on the F-15, I'm going to keep it silent. But let's take a look at this radar real quick here. So the radar is in the left side of the screen. It's a 4x4 grid, or well, yeah, it's a 4x4 grid. Top of the grid is the range. That's the edge of the radar sensor, so you can go from 10 miles all the way up to 160. There's two little circles on the side, and that's the elevation of your radar antenna. But I'm going to fly with my radar off most of the time, which means that I'm not going to be transmitting any radio signals from my plane. So I'm going to pretend to be a silent eagle. Well, not really a silent eagle, but I'm going to fly silent. The reason I'm going to fly silent is because there is way more planes on the red side, and also there's a lot of flankers hiding around in the bushes below. So I'm going to pretend to be a flanker. I'm going to fly low and silent, and I'm going to rely on BRA calls and the RWR. Now, as you can see here on my RWR, I've got a few contacts. There's a bunch of friendly SAMs behind me. I'm picking up their signals, but they're not tracking me. There's an F-16 that is on the red team flying towards me, and his radar is definitely painting me, so I'm getting nails from him, and he is designated as a primary target. He's got a diamond around, which means that he is actively either scanning me or picking me up. So I can really rely only on the RWR to tell me where somebody is, on my AIM-9 growling at a potential object that'll fly by in front of its seeker, and on vertical scan. Now keep in mind, if I turn on my vertical scan, it will actually still emit radar radiation, which means that Russian planes or F-16s on the red side will still pick up my radar emissions. Now, if it's a Russian plane, they'll probably get a radar signal from a direction. Unless the pilot's really good, they may not decide to look that way. But if it's a NATO plane, they'll actually get a designation, just like you can see here. It's showing that there's an F-14 somewhere to my 4 o'clock, and there's an F-16 that is over to my 10 o'clock. All right, but we're going to get into an engagement here. I'm flying low and silent, vertical scan, and with the corner of my eye, I spot a plane flying right past this mountain. Sharp turn, missile out. Boom. Su-27 down. Let's go for a quick replay here. So what was happening is I was flying through the valley really low, keeping my eyes scanning left to right, and I saw this plane passing right next to me up along the mountainside. That's all it took. Sharp turn, went into vertical scan, AIM 120 out, and that Su-27 is out of here. The F-15 has its first kill. Now I'm requesting bra calls this whole time, and the reason I'm doing that is so that I can tell where to go for my next target. I see some smoke, and that probably suggests that there is a fight going on. One really important thing, if you are flying in this setup, really low on the deck, you are not going to be able to get bra calls. Your friendly AWACS has to have line of sight with you in order to know where you are to tell you where the hostiles are coming from too. So in a MiG-29 or an F-15, if all you've got is the bra calls, you'll need to come up above the mountains, request a bra call, get the response, and then dive back down. Alright, so I knew that there was somebody in this direction. I'm looking, I'm not picking anybody up. I'm vertical scan now. You can see the line from the center of the HUD. Oh, there was something there for just a moment, and I lost lock. Continuing to turn into that hostile, and I'm tracking an F-14A Tomcat from the red side. Just went over this mountain. I don't think they picked me up. I've got them though. As you can see, my RWR is lighting up quite busy. Inverting, vertical scan, there we go. These guys are still close and going for a push. AIM 120 out, and it barely flies over that mountain. Look at that, just almost hits the mountain, but continues on its way. I'm watching the missile and tracking it, switching to guns. Splash on a squad mate. RS Burner and RS Flanker were in that F-14. They just splashed somebody. They were making another turn to go for another target, leaving a big smoky old trail. Pushing after them, getting the chase mode on. This is the most important thing, is don't lose that target. They launched a Phoenix at a friendly, but too late. I've popped my 120 out as well. They pick up the missile warning, dropping chaff and flares. No chance to escape. That was a very close 6-7 mile launch. Comrades, it's been nice flying with you, but F-15 wins. F-14 is down. I've got 7 more missiles, and I'm going to waste a whole bunch of them here. Now, the reason I'm going to waste a whole bunch of them is because at this time, Smooth from the 18th Squadron was in the area, and we were all on the same voice chat, except he was on the red team. So he had a little bit of a hunt for me, and I started hunting him back. I knew he was somewhere in the area, and he knew I was in an F-15, so I think he shot down one of my allies here. But I'm getting RWR, so I start turning towards a potential threat, and to put a mountain between me and the contact that is off of my 2 o'clock. So as you can see, the contact on my 2 o'clock is tracking me and attempting to launch. I'm using the ground terrain to keep myself separated from that contact. If he is way high up above me, he can probably still launch on me, but I'm hoping that this is going to protect me. So I'm extending up along the side of the mountain, also trying to vector myself towards that RWR object that is somewhere on my 2 o'clock. Pick up a bra call from behind me and make a sharp turn to go back around and see what's happening in the opposite direction. Just skimming the mountaintops. This is not the way to fly this plane, but I make it work. Nobody said it has to be flown up high and fast. Well, actually, that's probably the manuals and specifications did, but I'm flying this like Tom Cruise would. AIM 9 and an AIM 120 out as chasers on Smooth. Smooth is passing left to right in front of me. One more AIM 120 at him. He's evading everything. He is in a very sharp turn, and I know he's flying an F-16, and he is quick in that F-16. Look at him go, just blasting past me. I'm almost blacked out. I've still got lock on him. And one more AIM 120. Constant eye on him. There's a splash. Smooth is down. That cost me 4 missiles. So I've just gone from having 7 missiles to 2. And all I've got is 2 AIM 9Ms. That was a good battle with Smooth. Let's do a quick replay of this and I'll just show you what happened here. I get him into vertical scan, launch the AIM-9. Smooth is going so fast left to right that the missile simply can't track. The 120, same thing. He drops chaff and he's just going to the right. Like a bat out of hell, there's no way my missiles are going to catch him. One more missile misses him. Now up here, I know I've got only one AIM-120 left. I slow down and wait for him to lose that energy before I launch. And the missile hits him. And I am out of here. Alright, so that is Splash 3. All 3 hits with AIM-120s, Fox 3s. Now I'm going to go and look for one more target. This is actually going to end somewhat tragically. I'm extending away here because there's somebody launching missiles at me. I'm getting Brock calls that are pretty random and inconsistent. And again, back to vertical scan. I got a lock. A friendly's been splashed. AIM-9 is out on that hostile. It's a flanker, and flanker is down. Alright, 4 kills. This is not a bad flight at all. Splash 4. 3 with Fox 3s, 1 with a Fox 2. Pretty darn successful. I've got one more heater left. I'm feeling real good about myself right here. Feeling like a champ and a rock star. There's only one problem. That feeling is a very passing feeling because at this point, unbeknownst to me, there's an F-14. Burner and flanker are back. They went for revenge. They get splashed by one of their teammates. They won't let that slide. I pick up missile warning on my 6. Turning the heck out of here, trying to get away from whatever's going on back there. Something's going on. I know that something's going on over there, but I can't quite tell. RWR lights up behind me. There's all those contacts telling me that... And I'm dead. A long way down. I still had a little bit of fuel. I still had one more missile, and I should have gone home, but... Well, I can just enjoy flying down in this parachute. Very peaceful and zen after a 1-to-4 ratio flight. Alright, let's do a replay of this real quick here. Alright, so there's the AIM-9 launch. Goes right for that flanker who was afterburning. Flanker is down. Its engines were nice and bright and easy to see for my Fox 2. I'm extending towards him, popping some flares. And right behind me, there's a Tomcat coming in hot and fast. Phoenix out on me. There is no way I'm escaping from this. Boom. I am out of there. Who needs wings and a stabilizer, right? There goes the Tomcat, and there goes Plasma. On fire and down towards the ground. Alright everybody, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Thumbs up, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the air.